Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mouse Cheers. Cheers.
John, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I see you're all comfy in your Mickey J's.
Darn right. It's a vibe tonight.
It's a vibe,
It's a
and
vibe
I
tonight.
support the hell out of it.
Nice.
Now, it's getting colder.
Yes.
It's getting colder. The winter months are coming. They're a brewing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling out the sweatshirts again.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
Love the Hercules merch. The
Lo-
Herc merch.
The Herc merch. Wore my Joy to the Underworld sweater the other day.
Oh, yeah.
You bought that for me. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Much appreciated. But let me tell you, or let me ask you first, and then I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had hot chocolate yet this
Yes.
cold season?
Yes, I have.
Do you have it year round?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I would, but I don't.
okay. So when did you start with the hot chocolate again?
I don't know. A week ago, I had one.
Oh, okay. And you still have some of the Mickey hot chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. Okay. So next question.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
You have your hot chocolate. Marshmallows?
No.
No marshmallows.
Yeah.
We're putting up something on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a Disney movie, of course.
Of course.
In this hypothetical situation, are you feeling a Disney classic? Are you feeling a live action? Are you feeling a Pixar? Are you feeling a Marvel? What are you feeling at the moment?
Right this moment,
Blanket on you. You are cozy.
yeah,
Fire's going.
I'm going Marvel.
We're going Marvel.
Going Marvel.
Now, this is an interesting thing to say
Yeah,
because, dare I say, that wouldn't be my choice.
really.
Well, we all know my feelings on Marvel after Endgame.
Yeah,
But seems that there's still a place of relevance for you with Marvel. Makes me curious.
what would your choice be, first of all?
Disney classics all the way.
Okay.
I'm feeling cozy. I'm gonna watch that.
Well-
I'm watching Wall-E. I'm watching a Pixar.
He says Disney classic,
I'm
then
watching
he goes
a
Pixar.
I changed my mind.
Yeah,
I'm watching Wall-E.
that's fine. Mind you, there's still Disney classics you haven't seen yet. That's fine. So, let me
Reviews
tell
to
you,
come.
let me tell you where I stand with Marvel right now. I think it's unfortunate. I think that it can be rectified. I think the multiverse saga is doomed. They got to wrap it. They got to wrap that up. And then they got to start anew with like X-Men, Fantastic Four, and just go another way. That's what I think. And they need to hire writers, not activists who are cloaked as writers.
Right.
Because not just Marvel's doing this, like a lot of trash is going out today. And there's nothing wrong with a message. There's nothing wrong with an agenda. But when there's no good writing to it, when the writing is bad, the story is bad, and the whole project exists just because of a message, nobody's going to go for that.
No.
Yeah.
So, real quick question. What are your thoughts on the news about the casting choices in the upcoming Fantastic Four movie?
So
you Mandalorian boy.
I'm down with it. I'm down with that.
Reed Richards?
Yeah, I'm down.
You don't think they did John Krasinski dirty?
No.
Oh.
No, because John Krasinski was Reed Richards in another universe. So the fans got their little hip hip. I don't think he did.
I
that
just
great
wanted to. I
as
just
Reed.
wanted to see a good Fantastic Four movie.
Could happen. We'll see. Well, the script's not written. If they hire the right people and they do the right thing, I don't think it's a lost cause.
You know,
The way things been going, it don't look good.
it don't look good.
But they could rectify, and they're aware it's not going good, which is why they're pausing and halting and firing people and hiring. Let's see. Let's wait and see. I think for another year or two, we're going to see some BS, but then we might see a little up in quality. Let's see.
We better. Because let me tell you, at this moment in time, if we were to talk about a bottom 5 list, it'd be all too easy.
Bottom 5. Let's go bottom 10.
That's still all too easy.
Yeah.
You know what's harder? You know what's a little harder?
What?
Top 10. Because we all know what bottom 10 are.
We don't all know that. Bottom 10? I don't know that there's been 10 movies since Endgame, first of all. Second of all, there might have been.
So, okay. Let's break this down. Let's talk top 10 favorite, top 10, bottom 10, least favorite. Yeah. The two tens.
Yeah.
Are we counting these shows?
So, I almost asked you that. Hold on. Tickle in the throat.
We're tickling. And that's okay with me.
I almost asked you that. However, I'm going to put one of them, maybe two of them in my, what do you call it? Honorable mentions.
Ooh, the honor rolls.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't have any. I have a top 10 list. I don't have any Disney Plus shows on there. I was tempted to put one or two of them on there though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. WandaVision.
Well, you'll find out in my honorable mentions, of course.
All right.
All right.
Well, let's do the top 10 list.
Let's do it. Let's roll into it.
Let's roll right on into it. And you know what they say? This is a common saying. Everybody knows it. Mickey J's first. Mickey J's
Yep.
first.
They say it. You may not have wondered. You may not have known why. Now you do.
If you're around the dinner table and you say, pass me the biscuits, and it's like, well, hold up.
Mickey J's first.
Mickey J's first. We've all heard it.
We've all heard it. We are all going to follow the rules.
Following the
Mickey
rules.
J's, here we go.
Here
First
we
thing
go.
is first. We got number 10.
Number 10.
10 being the lower of the most faves, and 1 being the fave. My 10th. Captain America, the first Avenger. The very first Captain America. Number 10.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Explain yourself right now.
So a lot of people actually have this lower on their bottoms. Like, people don't like this movie, apparently. I didn't know. Yeah. But when I look at Phase 1, when I look at Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Captain America, Thor, the 5 movies before the first Avengers, the one movie that I keep going back to is Captain America, the first Avenger.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think that it's great, and like some people are like, oh, it's like montage the movie. No, it's a pretty decent length movie, and there's like 2 montages in the middle, but it's a very good movie. I think that, I think the style of the movie suits me. Like I really like I loved like Tommy Lee Jones, like the guy, the scientist who's like there, but then he dies, and Steve Rogers has to go avenge him right away. Runs after the guy. He has to learn his powers, but it's really what's in his heart that's the reason why he's Captain America. It's not because of what he looks like. And I even think Red Skull is a good villain. I think Hugo Weaving does a good job as Red Skull, even though like some people say he's forgettable. I disagree. I think he's a good villain.
Some people think he's forgettable.
I think so. Dude, look it up. Like, some people don't like this movie. So, top 10, I think that it's a very good movie. I think Chris Evans is perfect as Captain America. I think that Haley Atwell is great as Peggy, who started and has been just consistent throughout. She even had a spin-off show, Agent Carter, which was okay. I don't know if you saw it. It had its moments. It was okay. There there was a character in there. Well, his name was Jarvis, and he's the best character in the show. You watch the show or not, but Jarvis is a very good character.
The only show I've seen of the MCU is WandaVision.
Oh, you saw WandaVision?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was okay.
Yeah.
And I have a slight interest in watching Wolf Midnight
Oh,
by Dawn.
Werewolf by Night.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that. I thought it was good. Now there's like a version in color available.
Oh,
I'm like not
no,
even
no,
interested in
no,
that.
No.
You want the homage to the classics, and I got the feel. I got that feeling.
Good, because I love my classic monster movies.
I'm really curious how you want. Are you gonna watch it soon, or are you gonna wait till like next Halloween?
It's hard to say. No, I'm not going to wait till Halloween.
Well, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
it's good, and it's short too. So, number 10.
I'm going to hit you with a surprise.
All right.
I'm going to go Iron Man 2.
Dude, I can't ask. Are there any other Iron Mans on your list? Or?
No.
Okay. It's my favorite of the Iron Mans too.
Yeah. So Iron Man 2. So let me just.
And again, it's one that people hate.
Well, and so you know what they say, haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something about Iron Man 2. First of all, I'm
Yeah.
not really an Iron Man fan.
Same
I
here.
don't truly understand the huge fandom.
Yeah.
People lose their minds over Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't truly understand. Great character.
But they say there's either the Iron Man people or the Captain America people.
And I'm Cap.
So am I.
There we go.
Boom.
So
Good man.
Iron Man is debatably people's favorite, right?
Yeah.
Because, started it, the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and people were all excited about that. It was a great movie. I'm not saying anything baddish about it. Iron Man 3, I can say a bunch bad about it,
Hold up.
but I won't
Yeah.
yet.
Maybe another time.
Iron Man 2, though, there was a specific feel about it
Yeah.
that I was drawn to. I enjoyed seeing the progression of Tony Stark's character and his technology,
Yeah.
where it was kind of middle of the road and then it only grew from there.
Yeah.
Right? And I like that middle of the road stage. I really enjoyed the villain of the movie, and I know some people did not.
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was very interesting. I liked his backstory. I did. I thought it was. This is a man driven to these evil ways
Yeah.
by strong feelings, by desperation, by
Right.
all these things, right? And so there was good motive that you can get behind, where you hate him, but you also feel bad.
What was the sub-villain's name? Was it Whiplash? Is that his name?
I couldn't 100% say for sure.
Was the guy with the whips? I thought he was cool.
Mhm.
Like I thought that was a cool villain also.
No, absolutely. All around, I have to say it's my favorite of the trilogy.
I agree.
And I think it's worthy of a top of the 10 spot for that reason.
Yeah.
Stood out in the trilogy. And though you can arguably debate which is the best in the trilogy, to me, that one stood out.
Very good. Very good. And that's not on my top 10 list.
Well, there we go.
But I feel you there. Number 9, Black Panther. First Black Panther.
Interesting. Go on.
When I first saw Black Panther in theaters, I was a little bored. I might have been tired, and then I'm like, what's the hype? Like everybody loves this. I'm like, this is okay. But then when I saw it again, I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is awesome. I think it's a very well written superhero movie, and I think that the characters are amazing. I think that the villain is amazing. I think that so full disclosure, I have not seen Wakanda Forever. And that's unheard of. For that would have been unheard of 2 years ago.
Yep.
Because I'm opening weekend MCU every time. That's how much I've fallen off. I have not watched Wakanda Forever yet. That's been out over a year. So anyway, um, yeah, I thought Killmonger was good. I understand like people are like, oh, there's like PS3 graphics at the end fight in the trailer. I don't, whatever. I thought it looked fine, and I thought that it was a fun, like with the train speeding by. I thought that was a great set piece for the final battle. I think Wakanda was well realized. I think the plot was good. The vibranium, like just like the whole plot about the vibranium, and like, oh, we're sitting on a whole bunch of it, but like, hey, should we bring it out to the world? And like, hey, Killmonger has a point, bad guy has a point, all that. Those things have been said to death about the movie, but I think that it was also cast perfectly, and I don't know. I don't know if you feel similar to me or not about it. I'd say go watch it again, and like the set pieces are awesome. Like when he has to fight, if somebody's trying to claim the throne, you fight, and like the set piece with the waterfalls and everything.
No,
like
absolutely.
that.
I think it's outstanding.
It's a beautiful movie.
No, I couldn't agree more, and I have great things to say about it.
Yeah,
I have a feeling it's going to come up later.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure where you stood on it. So number 9.
Number 9. A solid number 9 for you, John.
All right.
I'm going to go Captain America Civil War.
Ooh. Okay.
Now, couple things
Mm-hmm.
about Civil War. This was the big division movie.
Uh-huh.
You had your Cap people, you had your Iron Man people.
Right.
Though Iron Man was in the right. I was on Cap's side.
You'd have been on his side at that airport.
I would have been on that side. But this was the introduction of so many characters.
Yeah.
And this was. Let me start smaller here. This was for the first time seeing these two great men who have quite the history. Get in such a heated battle that it alters how things are, not just between them, but between the team.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the movie that split the team. This introduced, we saw Black Panther in there. Ant-Man was in there. The huge reveal of Spider-Man was in there.
Yeah.
When Spider-Man entered the trailer, when you first saw Civil War, that was a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
Spider-Man is in the movie. I remember that trailer. I was excited as hell for that movie then, and it only lived up. Honestly, it's probably my favorite of the Spider-Mans.
Oh, really?
Well, Far From Home was good. But I don't love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's more Spider-Boy to me than anything. But that's another topic for another time.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, a big deal.
Yeah.
And it was just so much fun. It was so much fun.
So I that's not in my top 10. So I will say that while I did appreciate it, and I liked a lot of like some epic fight scenes in there, and it overall was a good movie, I did think that it dragged a little on the front half of the movie. And it's not just like I've watched it a few times and I've felt that each time. So that's just my personal opinion. I have no hate for the movie. Like, it's not gonna be on my bottom 10 or anything, but yeah, I respect. Number 8, I got and by the way, Captain Civil War was directed by the Russo brothers, who then directed Infinity War and Endgame, and who prior to that directed my number 8, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Now that feels like almost like a Mission Impossible meets superhero movie, and it feels like a sophisticated movie while you're watching it, and it's just so well written and so well directed. It really takes Captain America, and it's number 10 on my list, and it ups the game for me and makes it more sophisticated. Like it raises the bar for the character. I think that the Winter Soldier. I mean, come on, the Winter Soldier was iconic villain turned, anti-hero turned hero. Like all this. What a great villain for the movie, and what a great dynamic. Him being the best friend of Steve Rogers, who we see in the first movie. It's really cool that they kept these actors from the very get-go, and they turned out to be very good actors. Like
Yeah.
like it wasn't just fluke casting. Like they maintained. I say it with Haley Atwell. I say it with Sebastian Stan and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know what else. I mean, and then Black Widow was in the movie as well. Nick Fury and whatnot. I thought that it was a very good spy thriller and superhero movie combined. So very good.
Okay. That is not in my top 10, so I'll quickly say my piece on it. It was good. Mm-hmm. The Winter Soldier definitely was a great character. I had problems with him throughout the MCU because he was so badass in Winter Soldier, and just he looked very tame in every other movie in comparison.
Right.
And I didn't love that, but that's more the character than it is the movie itself. There were points in time throughout the movie where it did lose me, very similar to you in Civil War.
Okay. Fair.
And I just overall I liked the fight between the two teammates in Civil War more than the "you remember me, I'm your friend" type connection there between those two.
Yeah.
But some iconic scenes that you gotta love, and when Cap loses his shield, and then you get the great the classic those memes on your left. That's where on your left came from, and it's just
Sam Wilson is
Sam Wilson
is introduced in that movie too.
Yeah, so good movie. It didn't make the top 10 for me though.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. So my number 8 is Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
Black Panther.
Nice. Say your piece.
So I didn't think I was going to like Black Panther. I just don't know anything about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Or I didn't at the time.
Right.
Is what it was. So I was like, Black Panther, it meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
And then I'm watching it and I'm going, oh.
Yeah.
I found out real fast that this is my thing. And you were spot on with saying the backgrounds and the fighting scenes with the waterfall and that was all beautiful. I thought the script was great. I thought the acting was great. I thought it was incredibly suspenseful, especially when there was the fall of what became the late great
Chadwick Boseman.
Boseman.
King T'Challa.
Yeah, King T'Challa. The late great Chadwick Boseman. The fall of him, so suspenseful.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And
Killmonger beat him.
Yeah. A great moment, and that is a movie that I think maybe I liked it even more because I wasn't expecting to like it.
Yeah.
So it just really jumped out at me. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like that we're talking MCU again.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Number 7 for me, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Interesting.
Some people are Volume 1 fans, some people are Volume 2 fans.
So
I'm one who thinks Volume 1 is simply just average, fine, and I love Volume 2. And Volume 3 was fine. I think Volume 3 is probably on par with the first one for me.
So I'll say I haven't seen Volume 2.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Haven't seen it. That is one of the ones I haven't seen.
Really?
Yes. So please tell me what you liked about it.
Sure. Okay, well, I suppose I'll avoid spoilers. So you got Baby Groot, good character. I think Baby Groot is like, it's so Disney. Like it's amazing. Like Guardians 1. You saw Guardians 1, yeah?
Yes, in fact,
Groot sacrifice.
that's my next one. So we're gonna be
That's
talking
number 7?
We're gonna be talking some Guardians.
Hey,
right
there you
now.
go. So in the first, let's just boom.
Let's just knock
Because
it
if
out.
you don't have anything much to say about 2, I want to hear your thoughts on 1.
Yeah. Okay.
So Groot sacrifices himself in Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
A great moment.
A great moment. Yeah.
Then we got Baby Groot dance into the opening credits in Volume 2. So Disney, love it.
Mm-hmm.
MCU at the top of their game. You know,
Mm-hmm.
amazing stuff. Big battle, not taken too seriously. Groot's like dancing. Everybody's like, it's a real big battle with like this huge creature.
Yeah.
We got Yondu, who was not good. Volume 1, he's not good.
Right. Okay.
He's Volume 1.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Blue Jay, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
So we didn't rewatch all of these, but
We don't have 40 hours.
no, Yondu is not good. And then there was a kind of an arc there. I gotta avoid spoilers, but and then we got the bad guy, the villain, freaking Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell, you don't play with Kurt Russell.
You don't play with Kurt Russell.
That guy knows what's up.
He knows what's up and down.
And he plays a planet.
One more time.
He's a planet.
And one more time. 3 times. 3 times, please.
Kurt Russell is a planet
It's a planet.
called Ego.
That is amazing.
Give it a watch. It's very good. It's my number 7.
Hey, I believe it. I very much enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I enjoy the characters. I thought the soundtrack was no joke.
Yeah, soundtrack, of course.
The great soundtrack. You know, it introduced characters that you liked immediately with that comic relief, while at the same time having that exciting space action.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun to see, not just it was fun to see other creatures like Rocket and Groot, and they're part of the team.
Like
and
Bradley Cooper, Rocket.
Bradley,
good.
yeah. So it was fun to see different creatures as well a part of the action.
Right.
So it was different. It was fun. It was exciting. The music was rocking. Quality number 7, I think.
Yes, indeed. I'll just go on to my number 6 then.
Please do.
Wow. This that worked out pretty good.
It did.
Spider-Man Far From Home. You said Spider-Boy. So real quick, just a context. After Endgame came out, Far From Home was next. Spider-Man Far From Home was right after Endgame. And so there was so much investment at that point for me. And I just love the character of Spider-Man. You did say Spider-Boy, but yes, the home trilogy is the younger Peter Parker, but for sure at the end of No Way Home, did you see No Way Home?
Yes.
You see the adult Peter Parker coming out. So I think that when Spider-Man 4 inevitably hits, it'll be that, and I think that's in better hands because it is coming from Sony. You know, it's an MCU. It's not MCU. It is MCU proper, but not MCU proper because it is coming out of Sony. So it could be in better hands. So I am quite excited about Spider-Man 4, especially since that tease of Venom. I'll talk about No Way Home later, but Far From Home, I thought it was awesome. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I thought he did great as Mysterio. I thought the movie worked. I think everybody, like the storyline. I know. Edith, and like, oh, he gave the kid glasses that could kill somebody. Like, how irresponsible. It's a Superman. It's a superhero movie. So let it be. Let it be.
Mm-hmm.
Let it be.
No, I hear you.
So, and then, but also with Mysterio using drones, like, it's really clever and really good. It really, like, brought Mysterio, which was probably, like, at some point in time, a not doable character to translate to film. They did it. They did him right. And he was a serious threat to Spider-Man and turned out to be a threat even after death to Spider-Man. Which is, as he was dying, his dying words was outing Peter Parker as Spider-Man. So, thought it was great. I really liked the movie. Homecoming is just average for me. Far From Home, way better in my opinion.
There we go. I respect it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Doctor Strange.
Okay.
And I'm only moving on because I'm sure we'll talk more in depth with Spider-Man at another time.
Yes, indeed.
I love Doctor Strange immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that bad boy in theaters. I was on my Benedict Cumberbatch high at that time because he was in great movies around that time. I loved The Imitation Game with him.
Yeah, so good.
And
such a good movie.
So, like, I was already on a Benedict Cumberbatch high. And Rachel McAdams. You give me that cast, you got an Andrew in the seats.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so I loved it immediately. I thought his storyline was good. I thought it was touching. I loved seeing his powers. I thought the special effects were really cool.
Special effects were top notch in that movie.
Yeah, and I loved how the resolution of what seemed to be an unsolvable problem came about.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool how he like kind of held him hostage.
Yeah, and that is the definition of a superhero to me.
Yeah.
So I loved Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So did I. It's my number 5.
Hey.
Yeah. Doctor Strange. I'll say Doctor. Okay, here's what's so heartbreaking here. Doctor Strange is my favorite Avenger, and so is Wanda. So like my two favorites are like Wanda and Doctor Strange.
Interesting.
Which is a pity.
That is a pity.
Which is a pity why Doctor Strange 2 is not on this list. But anyway, Doctor Strange 1 is awesome. It was like kind of a fresh, like new. It was like a breath of fresh air in the MCU. Like Age of Ultron already came out. Ant-Man had come out. We got Doctor Strange now, who bring the magic element into it. And I love the lore, with magic and all that stuff, and all the cool visuals for sure. And then what the heck's that bad guy's name at the end?
Oh God, you're asking the wrong person. I don't remember what I had for dinner today.
Yeah. It's gonna kill me. I'll think of it. But yeah, like you said, the way he handles that situation is awesome. The wrap up is great. The fact that his hands are broken, but he had to use magic to get that car accident stuff. He had to use what is it?
Yeah, I can't pronounce that.
No.
That's not it.
No.
Oh, boy.
No, the big villain, the real big villain. Yeah, there was like a villain, but I'm talking about Dormammu. Okay, Dormammu. There it is. Yeah, Dormammu. I've come to bargain. And he keeps replaying that until he finally he's just holding them hostage, which is awesome. So yeah, no, Doctor Strange, awesome. Love Doctor Strange.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh well, that worked out nicely. We're entering the 5.
Yeah.
fivers.
Yeah, top 5.
I'm going to go Age of Ultron.
Wow.
Yeah. I loved Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
I loved Age of Ultron.
All right,
A
here he
lot
goes.
of people didn't. And how can you blame them, honestly? Because Avengers was huge when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes something so big, you can't follow it up.
Right.
So what do? You purposefully don't try to. This was more story-driven. This was more not necessarily a threat from Thanos or another world. It was a simple idea: create a world protector gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that idea. I loved the chemistry between the cast in these scenes, and I even loved scenes like, they're all just messing around, laughing, trying to lift Mjolnir, and they're unable to do it at all.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then you saw Hulk. He was still angry as ever, but hold on, there's something there. We're kind of getting to the point where we can almost control it. Where are we, So it's like showing the progression there. And then I love Ultron as a villain. And I thought Spader did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
It's and it introduced Wanda and Quicksilver. And I thought their characters are great. And I personally love whenever your movie or TV show, whatever, whenever you're in a dream or like a daydream or something that isn't reality but you think it is, I love that.
Yeah.
I truly do. And Age of Ultron, you see that with Wanda that plays the head games with them, and they're in this daydream or whatever you want to call it. And I just love that stuff in general.
Yeah. I like it too. I think that the battle at the end was a little bit was creative, a little bit underwhelming. Like you said, maybe they weren't trying to overdo the but the consequences of that span through movies beyond it.
Absolutely.
So that was cool. I think that there was something that got cut, or I don't know, but like something confused me in the middle. Like Thor goes into a cave, goes into some water at some point, or has a dream. I don't know, but like there's something that loses me in the movie, and I think that's where my problem comes. I think it's a little disjointed.
Oh,
I do like I do like that Tony Stark busts out the Hulk smasher though.
Oh yeah, the Hulk smasher. Yeah. Interesting. Thor does that because of Wanda's vision.
Huh?
The vision he gets from Wanda.
Right, they all get a vision from Wanda.
And it affected all of them. I love that.
Right, but I don't know why he went into a cave. Something was lost on me there.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Okay.
But fair enough.
I respect it.
The Hulk, is it called the Hulk Smasher or the Hulk?
I know that is the first time it's introduced and then seen again in Infinity War, which I have my own problems with because I didn't want to see that in Infinity War. I wanted to see World War Hulk, baby. That's what I wanted to see. But
I think we're going to get World War Hulk.
Well, it's too late now.
No, we're going to get it.
Late now.
I'm pretty sure...
don't want to see it no more.
Pretty sure Captain America 4 that's going to be coming out is going to have multiple colored Hulks in it.
Yeah. What are you looking up?
Hulk Buster. It's the Hulk Buster. So I knew it sounded wrong when I was saying it. It said Hulk Smasher, but Hulk smashes. Tony Stark built the Hulk Buster. All right. Respect. I like Age of Ultron. It's just not in my top 10.
There we go.
All right. Number 4 for John. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I really like that Kevin Feige found a way to do a shortcut to the Sinister Six, which is cool. To bring in the villains from the other multiverse. But John, there were only 5 villains. Well, we get that little tease of Venom at the end. Sinister Six. There it is,
Sinister
baby.
Six.
So, I really love that, and I was happy that the MCU was able to do that, and I love that they were able to get the actors back, and not just in a cameo, but as a long-lasting, like, real part of the movie, and they're all integral to the final battle. Multiple villains, just I don't know. Technically speaking, I think maybe the writing is not as good as Far From Home for me. However, the experience of the movie is better, and it's a nice long. I love a nice long movie. I love it.
I also enjoy a nice long movie from time to time.
Yeah.
But so it didn't make my list, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Did I enjoy it? Absolutely. Am I a fan of the other Spider-Mans? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that. It was a movie made for us. In 10 years, it's going to mean nothing to everyone else watching. You know, it's just going to be another movie that is part of these superhero movies. They're not going to understand what it was like to watch the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man Sam Raimi and then 20 years later see him again, you know? So, like, that was just for us in that moment. It's going to mean little.
So you're saying
future.
it's not going to, you're saying it's not going to age as well or mean as much. And to that I say, well, then it won't be on their top 10s. But it's on mine because it was made for me, baby.
You know what? I respected the hell out of that.
Thank you.
So there we go. I'm gonna hit you with my number 4. I'm gonna go Avengers.
Okay, he's on an Avengers kick.
I'm on an Avengers kick. You can't go wrong.
You can't.
You can't go wrong.
No.
This was an incredibly huge movie.
Dude, I remember when it came out, I'm like, how does it get bigger than this? Like, this is going to be a huge movie.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
How did this never happen before? How did movies never try this before?
I couldn't tell you. But this was, honestly, I don't even need to oversell it or even talk much about it. It was the movie event of the century. Well, it was the movie event of the year.
Maybe even the decade. But I don't know, but
it was the thing to do. Everyone saw it.
Yeah. And Joss Whedon's quippy dialogue worked for the first time that they were all together, you know.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why it's not on my top 10 is like it's quippy dialogue and there's not as much depth as we've come to know. And it is good dialogue for when they first come to meet, but it's kind of like one-dimensional almost. Like, oh, Iron Man, is trying to get Hulk out, and it's all good, but I think that it's just a little one-dimensional for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I love the movie. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's pretty much it. I think everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
Like it's the Avengers.
Yeah, and like the whole fact of like the Tesseract, which ends up being extremely important later on, and all part of Loki's huge arc that he goes through. Mm-hmm. Like it's basically it was big when it came out, but it was also such an integral part of going forward.
Absolutely.
Iron Man 3 starts, and Tony Stark's having like this anxiety or post-traumatic anxiety from going up into space and almost getting stuck up there, from that sky beam.
Yep, absolutely.
And the Spider-Man Homecoming, they're ravaging the scene in New York and grabbing technology from the space, the aliens and that the Vulture villain in Homecoming. He exists because of that battle,
right?
And so much exists because of that battle.
Absolutely.
So much like Age of Ultron, where the Sokovia Accords, or what is it called? The Sokovia Accords, was like the rules that are placed because of it, and like there's consequences to these battles. So I think that it's an important piece in the overall MCU. So I really like it.
Yep.
Not in my top 10 though.
Okay. Well, please.
Number 3. Shang-Chi.
Oh.
An interesting one because it is my favorite solo superhero movie in the MCU. And I would urge you to watch it because it doesn't have too much relation outside of its own movie. I'm sure down the road it will. But it's one of those. It's one of those. If you watch Black Panther and you got like that feeling, the visuals and stuff, the style, the slow motion, the woods, the culture, the atmosphere, and then the style of fighting, and just the movie in general, the story, it all hits home for me. And the Seven Rings, a really cool weapon. A really cool weapon.
Interesting.
So yeah. I would urge you to watch it. So he has not seen it. I don't believe you've seen it. It is in Phase 4. And may I just say, now Spider-Man Far From Home is not Phase 4, but it is post Endgame. So on my top 10, I have 2 movies from Phase 4.
Oh my yikes.
Which was Spider-Man No Way Home and Shang-Chi. And 3 movies post Endgame, which would be Spider-Man Far From Home.
Ooh,
so that. I'm saying that I'm not disagreeing that Marvel is in a place, but I do think it's a mixed bag. I don't think it's all terrible. I do think they need to ditch multiverse, like wrap it up ASAP and move on. But I do think it's a mixed bag, and I think that they can recover. That's all.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I'll have to give Shang-Chi a try here.
I would like you to watch it.
My number 3,
Mm-hmm.
Captain America.
Hey, higher on his list.
Captain America is my boy.
Yeah.
It's the movie I always go back to that isn't an Avenger movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the character. I love the story. You need the montages because you're going through the movie is covering an entire war. An entire world war. No other movie is doing that kind of time management.
Scope.
So grow up, people. We're covering wars here. So this is my kind of character. This is this is not the perfect soldier. This is a good man.
Yeah.
And that's why he was chosen, and that's why what he represents is so powerful. And Hugo Weaving, Hugo Weaving's my favorite actor.
Darn right.
He's my boy. I love him in everything. He did a fantastic job as Red Skull.
Agreed.
The perfect ending for me. I love you see yourself in a bad situation you know you're not going to walk out of, and you're talking to the person you're going to miss the most. Because what hurts the most is losing you. That's what hurts the most.
Yeah.
And you better believe he felt it. You're plummeting to the earth in an airplane. You don't know that you're going to get frozen and live. You're going to die is what you're thinking. And what could be worse than that? Exactly what he goes through.
Right.
Saying, or not saying goodbye, but knowing that...
Rain check and on that dance and all that.
Knowing that you're losing you.
Right.
Great movie.
Yeah, agreed. And it's funny because when I started watching the MCU, before Endgame came out, but when I started watching MCU in chronological order, not in release date order, but in like story chronology, Captain America's first and goes into Agent Carter, and the show Agent Carter begins with that plane fall, and then it just kind of like continues on with her story after that.
Oh, interesting.
So I appreciated that. So I was like just in it, and it gave me the feels. So, yeah, good stuff.
So we know. We
do.
We know.
Should we do honorable mentions now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Okay, so I want to point out that I'm not I like Thor Ragnarok, but I'm not that guy who like I've seen it a couple times and I don't get I'm not maybe I get the hype I guess, but I'm not that guy. So it's not necessarily my honorable mention, but I wanted to address it.
I know
in
what
case
you mean.
Yeah.
It was good. I hate that they fit so much comedy into it. They ruined a lot of good scenes by making a joke that ruins like an emotional part or a
Yeah.
strong part.
Yeah.
And I really
It's
didn't
some
like
big
that.
things happen in that movie.
Yeah.
Mjolnir is destroyed
Yeah.
by Hela.
I
And
saw that
then-
movie in Disney World
Really?
for the first time.
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
Mhm.
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Respect.
Yeah.
And Ragnarok itself, the destruction of Asgard.
Mhm.
Serious things happen. Anyway, WandaVision is in my...
WandaVision is in mine also.
Yeah. I think if you're going past Infinity War and Endgame and you're everybody's like didn't get it or something, they're like, oh, well, this is weird. It's like no guys, no, this is gonna get dark. This is in her head. She has created this world, and Vision ain't alive. She just created him. So it wasn't a retcon. It wasn't ignoring. Like nobody got it for some reason. I'm like, no, I get this. This is gonna be crazy good. And it was very good. It was very good. And you get like White Vision in there and stuff. And I'm excited to see him again whenever he may come. So what do you have? Anything else to say?
I thought the idea was great. I love that because it's all happening in her head, right? So what do you go to in your head as the perfect life? Well, things you've seen that you can imitate. So you get each episode in the format of a different old TV show that Wanda has seen, and she's imitating that life, and I love that. And I also love going back to kind of like when you're like in the dream world or whatever, and like every once in a while something you're living your life, you're living your perfect life because it's all a dream, but then every once in a while something weird will happen. Like someone will say, "What are you doing?" And it's just like,
right, something
huh?
weird.
Or wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. What do you mean?
Yeah, I love it.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Very good, very effective. Are you going to watch the follow-up season, the Agatha Covenant Chaos?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
So you don't care past that?
Nah.
Okay.
I didn't like WandaVision that much.
Yeah. I will give a honorable mention to Loki as well. I thought Loki was a very good show. And I even really liked season 2, which just came out. Very strong. Very strong. Introduced Kang the Conqueror, which is the big villain of the multiverse. I don't know if that's happening anymore, but they wrapped it up pretty nicely in Loki season 2, to the point where they could continue with Kang, or they could not. I don't think they're gonna. But you know, it's a satisfying enough conclusion to it that it doesn't feel just scrapped if they were to go, because Jonathan Majors and all that drama and stuff. So I think they're to a point where Loki season 2 was very pivotal and important to kind of cap that, and I think that they ended it pretty good, like very good, to the point where it's not disappointing that they're not continuing, because he was a threat, a big threat. But you know, there's supposed to be an Avengers movie called Avengers Kang Dynasty. I don't know if that's happening anymore. I think they might be scrapping it, but they do have Secret Wars coming up, and that's supposed to be a huge thing. So we'll see. So yeah, that's my those are my 2 honorable mentions.
There we go. I just had the one.
Okay.
So let's move on.
So I guess the question is, what's 2 and what's 1?
I think we have the same 2 and 1.
Yeah. Okay.
2, Infinity War.
No, mine's Endgame.
No way.
There it is.
So you know what we're going to have to do?
Yeah.
We're going to have to do an episode where we debate which is better.
Yeah. Just like we did with the water parks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Okay. So an Infinity War versus Endgame. So let's just 2 and 1. Mine's 2 is Endgame, 1 Infinity War, and you're the opposite.
Yeah, 2 Infinity War, 1 Endgame.
So Endgame. Again, we love a long movie sometimes. This is a 3-hour movie, and I was so thrilled to hear that after the crazy cliffhanger at the end of Infinity War. It wasn't even like a cliffhanger. It was like, nah, Thanos did it. He won. Thanos' story is over.
Yep.
The end, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, when those credits hit at the end of Infinity War, I was like, what? Like, I can't wait. And then, like, there was, like, just the name Endgame was, like, this huge reveal. Just the title. Huge build-up. And it didn't disappoint. It did not disappoint by a long shot. It paid off some things. Age of Ultron, he's trying to lift Mjolnir. Captain America is. He can't do it, blah, blah, blah. But, no, he could all along. He just, you know. It even made Thor 2 better. It, like, retconned some of that, which is awesome. Dude, I love Endgame.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Infinity War.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Infinity War. You are talking about mass devastation in that movie.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate villain that they have not met yet. This is everyone coming together, everything that we've built coming into one, a big moment, just to have them all lose in the end. That snap, watching your favorite characters, you know, turn to dust. I want to meet the person who didn't shed a tear when Spider-Man went.
Yeah.
I want to meet that person. Okay, just the sheer journey and the outcome was incredible and devastating at the same time.
Yeah.
And such amazing scenes that I wouldn't. That I think about all the time. It's an all the time thing.
Yeah.
Even down to moments with Thanos. What did it cost? Everything.
Right.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. He's like, it is a great modern day villain, like for the movies, you know, like it's a memorable, significant villain who has motivation and like personality and like not forgettable and like one note or anything. And he's acted very well by Josh Brolin.
Yeah, and I have mixed feelings about my boy Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
But he did a great job as Thanos.
Yeah, like phenomenal.
Yeah, and I have nothing but good things to say about Infinity War from the start when Banner falls into Doctor Strange's house and he's coming. Who's coming?
Yeah.
All the way down
This
to
the guy responsible for New York, you know? Like,
yeah. All the way down to the final snap.
Yeah.
And Thor.
And I love the fact that they used Wakanda as a set piece for the final
Absolutely.
big battle.
And then for the big battle, and then Thor making that a big appearance for that final battle. I only have good things to say about it.
Yeah, I love it. And then you see Doctor Strange really come into his element and stuff.
Yeah.
And do different moves and all that stuff. I think that I love how many characters are in it. You know, the Guardians are met by the Avengers, and you know, you got Doctor Strange, you got Wanda, you got Vision, you got all this. The problem is, Endgame isn't. That's not the point of Endgame. You know, they're two different movies. Infinity War is all payoff for like everything that's come before it. So the movie begins, and they're just, here we are. You know, like there's no like, all the story and all the lead up already happened. This is all the payoff. This is the action. This is the craziness. It's here. So it's a very packed movie. Endgame is a different kind of movie. Endgame is we've lost. We need to deal with this. We know where Thanos is. All right, we're going to go find him. Boom! Kill him. First First few minutes of the movie. 5 years later, nothing's changed. Yeah, they killed Thanos, but nothing's changed. They're still, what they need to do is they need to find a way to retcon this, to go back. And it's one of those, like, there's not too much action. Until, of course, probably the best half hour of action ever put to film ever in that ending battle at the Avengers campus once Thanos slipped through the time portal and blew it to hell. And then they had this battle on this dark gray field of debris. The best action sequence I've ever seen. That's what I think.
John, we've said fantastic things about both. There's no doubt that they belong in our 1 and 2 spots.
Agreed.
We disagree on the order, and it must be worked out.
Yes.
So mark your calendars.
Mark 'em.
Because we're going to be doing which is better, Endgame or Infinity War.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And though I respect your list, though I respect your opinions, and though I disagree, I'll cheers to that.
As will I.
I'm out.
I'm not.
Cheers.